Welcome, guys. We've got Low Elo Legends. We've got 500 Elo. We have a map which I think will be kind of hard to navigate for these guys. This map is called The Passage. And you've got this massive river or body of water through the middle of the map. And there is a land crossing, so you can send land units over the middle if you so choose. At higher ranks, this map will be dominated by controlling water. Maybe you'd see the occasional sneak villager. I love to see someone sneak a villager on maps like this. But yeah, could be a long one. We've got Commander Sap over here playing as the Byzantines. The Byzantines can be an amazing late game Sith, as I'm sure many of you guys know. And then in the red, we've got Supreme Mystical. Supreme Mystical playing as the Dravidians, which could also be a very good late game Civ, but also a very good Civ, just like Byzantines on water. So they both have very specific Navy bonuses. Docks give you extra pop space at this level. Fishing is really good for Dravidians, but also you have the unique ship, the Therisidai. The Byzantines have the fast fire ships with Greek fire upgrade. So if we were to see that, fire ships get range. Dramans also get extra blast radius. So very strong on water. Having said that, I don't necessarily think we're going to see a lot of docks. Because, yeah, I mean, it's lower ranks. We typically don't see a lot of that, so we'll see. And did just want to do a wood check. People are talking about it if it's a long game. So let's double-click the trees. We got red side here. It's tricky because there's different types of trees. I think I've got them all. There's 65k wood on this side for Supreme Mystical. Commander's got 45k. So there's a 20k difference. I actually have seen games at a high level on this map, and there is an imbalance with wood on each side. So I guess if it's a super long game, it's going to be a better position for red. Relics are really tough to get on this map because you actually have to transport out there to get them. You have to drop off a monk onto these little areas because you can't just walk out there. So that's where all the relics are. I find that to be a really annoying aspect of this map, but it does make it unique. All right. But yeah, we're chilling, man. 500 elo. Boar's going to come in here for Commander. What's up, Sticks? Thanks for the 69 months. Damn, dude. Thank you. Outlaw Shaw says, hey, T90, been a YouTube viewer since 2019. Thinking about subbing. Don't lose that villager. Okay, villager went down. Sad times. Thinking about subbing to Twitch to get rid of the ads. Do you have a streaming schedule or regular days you stream? Question mark. So, first off, Outlaw Shaw, hello. Welcome. Thanks for the support. Yeah, I do have a schedule. I posted on the Discord. So I don't know if everybody regularly uses Discord, but each week, because things can be a bit different, I'll post what I'm doing each week so people know the times and what to expect. Is Supreme Mystical pushing in a deer right now? Looks like we have a 500 elo pushing deer. Good luck, world. This guy's going to be a pro soon. But yeah, that's kind of the answer. Hopefully that helps. That can be different week to week. And it also, I'm a little bit... I have some periods of time where I'm super, super active, and then sometimes where I'm taking it easy these days. So, like, for the next 3.5 months, I'm going to be a madman and streaming all the time. And then the summer, I'll still stream, but it won't be maybe quite as continuous. It will depend on what's happening, but the Titans League Season 5 is coming up, so pretty soon I'll be live all the time. Hopefully that helps. But yeah, subbing obviously supports the stream. It's really motivating for me to see that sub count go up. It's a nice split. 70% comes to me. You don't get ads. You get the emotes. So there's lots of benefits to doing it. And if you have Amazon Prime, you can link it with Twitch and get a free sub as well. So there's options there. A commander just brings in the boar there over to the mill, which is fine. But yeah, I mean, they're playing pretty solid, guys. We just hopped out of a game where my uncle got up to 400 elo. And the idle TC for him was about 90 seconds to 2 minutes in Dark Age. Here, it's less than a minute for both. Funnily enough, though, they both got housed at 20 pop. So blue is fixing that. And then we've got red fixing that as well with a couple houses. Yeah, Ancient Bolt. When I said coming up, I meant like platinum hasn't begun yet. So platinum and gold will be starting soon, but silver did obviously begin. I'll be doing some silver casts once we get some time. And just passing from the scouts in the middle. And they should be able to find the other. And now we get to find out what type of player they are. Because we haven't seen the early docks yet. So right now, I would still envisioning that water be a little bit of an afterthought for them. Are you casting Red Bull this weekend? I'm going to be casting at least on Sunday. Saturday is a maybe for me. But I will be doing the final day. The schedule for it's a little crazy. And I have a wedding to go to on Saturday. So we'll see. That, as it says in the schedule, is kind of TBD, depending on what I think my day looks like. So red's about to hit feudal. Red will bring villagers forward to drop the dock here. Zero Risk, thanks for gifting the sub to Outlaw Shaw. That's nice of you. Love that. Thank you. Now he's got a taste of the sub, and now he'll definitely be back. No, it's not my wedding. It's my fiance's coworker's wedding. So we are attending the wedding. And blue will see the dock going up there. That almost seems like manual control there from blue. The way that was moving around, but hard to tell. So both players build a dock. Blue built one as well. Blue is going to make a fishing ship, and red's going to make a fishing ship. These guys feel like they're the same player right now. Making very similar decisions. I guess we do have the barracks already for Supreme Mystical. So that could be to unlock an archery range or a stable. Maybe we'll want to see some infantry come out of that at some point, being the Dravidians. A scout just taking a look around here for red. Blue scout, I was probably wrong before, is probably just on auto scout. And maybe it's safe to say that red scout is doing the same right now. But both players adding fish. But red's adding a lot more fish, and red is Dravidians. So that should benefit red a bit more long-term with the extra carry capacity. That really helps when you're going long distance, because you don't take as many trips back and forth. Wood upgrade and farm upgrade for red. Blue has done that as well. This would be a good time to start actually adding into farm stuff if you're blue. Because blue is completely out of berries now. And there we go. Blue adding the farming eco. But yeah, my wedding, guys, is in like 9 months. Which is kind of crazy. I mean, we've been engaged for a really long time. There's always been the plan to get married, but we didn't have the date set for a couple years. But now it's like, now the countdown's on. It's like, holy crap. We actually did some, when we were in town, we did, around Christmas, some photos at the wedding venue. Or like near the wedding venue, just to like get to know our photographer and stuff. It was freaking cold, dude. It was so freaking cold. Not a good time to be outside, but... ooh, red garrisons. Red sees this. Red misses the scout. Red adds the spears. Oh, and red misclicks. Red's a very aware player, but yeah. Your boy will be married soon, man. It's T90. Will you be casting on your wedding day? I'm not sure about that one. I'm not sure about that one. I think I will probably not be mic'd up for it. I know chat would love. Chat's like, how dare you? How dare you? You should stream it, you know? But yeah, that's gonna be a no. I am tempted. I might do something like an hour or two before the wedding. Like stream to Twitch for like 20 minutes when I'm all dressed up with Dave and my crew, and it's just the guys hanging out. I'm kind of tempted to just stream the whatever games we're playing, and just as we're pre-gaming a little bit, just to basically involve chat a little bit. But that might be a sub goal on the 24-hour stream to get there. It's conflicting, right? It's like I want to just focus on the experiences in the wedding. I don't want to think about broadcasting and streaming and stuff, which I do so much already. But at the same time, you know, you guys have kind of been along for the journey in some ways, so... Oh, funny story on the topic of AoE and my fiance. So, I have Age of Empires dreams all the time. That's no surprise. But she actually had an Age of Empires dream recently. And so she had an Age of Empires dream recently, and she was so excited to tell me. And what the dream was that the map that I was casting was filled with a certain species of porpoise or dolphin, an endangered species that she recently got a paper published on called the vaquita. And she was upset that people were eating the endangered species. And then she woke up. So that was her first Age of Empires dream. I was like, damn. I was like, all right, I'm getting you in somehow. You're going to really like water maps, you know? She wasn't, like, actually bothered by it either. Like, just so anyone's not weird about it. Like, obviously, it was just a weird dream. But I do remember when we first started dating, she was looking at my videos when she knew what I did. And there was a dolphin nothing. And, like, she, like, was rehabbing and saving dolphins. And here we are. Welcome, guys. Today we're eating dolphins. Yeah, and so we're just, like, freaking fishing all the dolphins on the map. So and again, she was like, so what is this exactly? And I explained, she's like, oh, okay. But I thought that was kind of funny. Guys, water is going to be a big freaking deal on this map. Blue lost the scout, so blue doesn't have any knowledge of what's going on red side anymore. They both have lots of fish. Blue is the first one actually making some navy. And, or sorry, not blue, red. I think Commander's economy can be ridiculous, though. Look at that wood count. So it can drop town centers and get a lot of vills pumping. But water is just really misunderstood at low ranks. Like, really misunderstood. So, I mean, the dock doesn't help things. The dock is very confusing. I'm just wondering if they're going to have the knowledge they need to actually compete on water, so. Yeah, second town center, third town center for Commander. And those fire ships are just sitting in there for Supreme Mystical so far. It's only going to be 2 fires, so red might not feel like that's enough. But we do have the War Galley upgrade, which already tells me enough. Like, that tells me red understands somewhat how the dock works. Because it's confusing the War Galley upgrade affects other ships. So if red actually moves out, imagine red controlling the middle, taking down all the fishing ships, taking down the dock. Any land military commander wants to make could just die to the navy in the middle, so. Yeah, speaking of dreaming about AoE, I've told this story before, but it's been a really long time. When we were... So I have, like, a lot of intense streams, and I sometimes sleep talk. In the past, I used to sleepwalk, actually, which was... That's a whole nother story. It was really dangerous when I was young. I would just, like, leave the house and stuff in my sleep. But, one time... we were dating, and this is like early on, and she told me that as red is massacring the fishing ships here, she told me that I was complaining about Koreans in my sleep, something in regards to towers. She didn't really know the game, right? So she didn't understand game bonuses. She was just like, so last night you were like talking about like Koreans and something towers, and I was like, oh yeah, that's just that's just Age of Empires. There's nothing more to it. Please don't worry, you know. And we were only together like 4 months at that time, so believe me, she found out really early, really early, that she was in for a ride with me, and I'm a bit of a weirdo, so. But yeah, I mean, back then, you know, Korean Tower Rush was really popular, right? So let's see. Does blue know about the War Galley upgrade? Blue is making a fire. Blue is making demos. Blue is making more docks. All very good signs. Nice hit with the demo. But you got to upgrade these bad boys. Red also not adding additional town centers. So red still on 1 town center. Red has pikemen positioned all around the base. Look at this. Pikemen here, pikemen here, pikemen here, pikemen here. 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. We got the little Noah's Ark defense over here. And blue still needs to pump out more fires probably from these docks. So red's still doing a really nice job here. I think blue's distracted. Like blue, if there was no other focus, would probably be producing vills out of these town centers. Ooh, War Galley upgrade. Okay. That's good signs. So they'll both have upgraded fires. Oh, man. And Red is going to try and get relics? Are you kidding me? Okay, so Red is making a transport and Red is making a monk. I think Red's going to try and snag a relic. Look at Blue repair the dock now, too. This will be tough, man. This is really tough. It's annoying for even me. I just give up on those freaking relics. And it's going to be at a really awkward time, guys, because Red's about to lose water control to Blue's defense. Nice job from Blue. Bam. Bam. Demos hop out. If that fire hops out, it'll kill the rest. And there it is. Plus, there's the castle from Blue, so Commander will command the water again. And there's the transport for Supreme Mystical. And there's supposed to be a monk that's going to make his way over here at some point. But I think the monk got canceled. Yeah, the monk got canceled. It was definitely in queue. Well, I like Blue's position. Because Blue is invested into the economy. Granted, isn't producing villagers all that much, but still. Has the town centers to do so. Has 3 docks for water. Has the castle on the shoreline to defend. And Red just going to position the units along the front now and drop a castle to protect the crossing area in the middle. Still no additional town centers is the worrying sign, but relics give you resources forever. And like we said, Red has more gold over here. Like Red has a lot more gold over here. Or sorry, not gold, wood. Than the opponent does. Like 25,000 more wood. Blue got a little shafted there. Yeah, additional town center here from Supreme Mystical. And let's see. I've been enjoying making the YouTube shorts recently and just focusing on that. Here comes a monk. And he would like to get a relic. Unfortunately, he cannot swim. He was never taught to swim. So he has to use this old wooden rotting boat to go out into the water. And he has to trust the lily pad. He's got to hope that that's enough for him to where he doesn't sink. But there he is. He picks up the relic. He's back into the transport ship, and he's going home with the relic in hand. Not bad. Not bad for an old man. Is he going to can he get out of the boat now? It seems a little heavy now. Oh, he's stuck. Oh, God, he needs some help. Somebody help him. He's an old man. Okay, there we go. He's been able to take him to the shoreline. And just behind him is the fires. And oh my goodness. Wait. Okay, well, Blue didn't see the transport. But still risky times. Risky times to be out there. The sailor of the transport ship is going to leave. The enemy fires are here. But that relic was collected. How important will that relic be? That's fun. I like that. That was perfect. It was almost scripted. It could have got a little bit more intense for that monk, right? What happens to the relic if it's destroyed on board of a transport? You know what's funny? I always forget what happens because there's different results depending on what version of the game. And we've been on the definitive edition for like 6 years now, but I still always second guess myself when this question gets brought up. I believe it just goes to the closest area of land. I believe that's what it is. But in the past, or at some point, it would go back to where it was on land before. I think it's just the closest area of land now. But back in the day, it used to go back to where you picked it up from. It's kind of an interesting tidbit. Yeah, Russell, hopefully you're watching my shorts because we had some really good ones recently. A lot involving transport ships and monks, actually. But yeah, that's going to be on all platforms, and we'll be keeping that going. I've got a lot of fun ideas. So, Commander's in Imp. Commander has a villager lead. Commander's Byzantines with fast fire ship. And, I mean, all these things are really bad for Supreme Mystical. The only positive for Supreme Mystical is that one relic. Now, Blue could do that, but again, that's a giant pain in the butt to get to. You have the transport to every one, so we'll see. Now we got new docks here from Red. Blue's doing a nice job. Blue's actually double-checking the shoreline with different ships. What I'd really like to see from Blue is actually Dramens. But again, it's hard to know about that unit. It's a rather specific unit, but that's essentially your cannon galleon to take buildings down. Red sees these docks will be taken down, and red is going to drop a castle on the shoreline. And red has made a lot of Yurumis. I mean, technically, red could just run through the middle right now over to blue's base. Blue doesn't have that much navy. Blue scout comes over now. Is that a new scout? I think it's a new scout, right? Am I crazy? I could have sworn he lost the scout before. Oh, there's a stable there. Yeah, that's a new scout. Okay. Which is really smart. Making a new scout to go see what the opponent has is a really good move. Okay. Now here comes town center from blue. Blue's big on the Vil counts. Big on the Vil counts. And we have another transport ship from Supreme Mystical. This is the difference in the game. The difference in the game is Supreme Mystical getting gifted 20,000 more wood and Supreme Mystical getting the relics. Every other aspect seems to benefit blue right now. What is that? What is that? That is a... Oh my god. No, this could be the difference in the game. All right, look at this villager and give me... Tell me what you feel he looks like. What's his name based on the way he walks, based on the way he's holding that hammer, based on the way he is? I'm thinking about it. He's got some hefty arms. Someone says Bruce. Randall. Gerald. Gronk. Thor. Thor the Byzantine. Chad the Byzantine. Olav the Byzantine. Billy the Byzantine. Ooh, I'm liking the bees. I'm liking the bees big time. See, I don't want to name him Thor because he's just a Vil, right? Like, he's not going to do damage to anybody. We need a name of, like, common folk. We need a common folk name. This is the... They'll write a story about how this guy changed the battle. He didn't fight in the battle. He'll probably die like a pig in the streets, but he contributed. I'm liking Bruce. I'm liking Bruce. Let's go with Bruce. Let's see how Bruce is doing. I mean, this is huge, guys. This is controlling the additional wood lines. This is the potential to spawn more attacks from the sides. I mean, look at Bruce. Nobody else did this. Everybody else is just being a sheep at home, just following orders. Bruce said, I'm going to take a risk in life. We'll build the town center so he can build up his own little family and friends over here. We've got 4 ranges, an outpost, and red has no clue. But red is getting relics. So red's got 2 relics now. And red might want to take the risk to get over here and get the 3rd relic. Meanwhile, in the middle, blue still got fire ships. Red doesn't have any scouting down here, so there's no easy way to know blue is there. Realistically, you should probably wall from the edge of the crossing to your... like, to the castle there, so this can't happen. I also think red is going to try and send these Yurumis over in a transport. But blue is going to start to make the Dramans now. And Dramans can take down the castles, and I don't know if red is prepared for that. But yeah, Bruce is still over here, living the dream. Is he pregnant? How does he multiply? Okay, listen. When 2 people inside the town center love each other very much, and you have 50 food, you can produce a villager, all right? I know your parents probably didn't explain it to you in that way, but it's time that someone does. And then if you have more 50 food, you can just produce more and more and more, all right? So that's how it works. It's the Byzantines and the bees. Just what everyone expected over here. We got camels attacking the dock. Dramans are here and fire ships, though. And it doesn't feel like red is prepared for Dramans. You could fight with the Yurumis against the Dramans. You could try that because they're over on crossing terrain, so it's actually an option. Halbs have some bonus damage against boats. Ooh, oh god, guys, get the emotes ready. Let's go, dude. I mean, red doesn't have the confidence in taking the straight-up fights, but red is going to go for the big old booms. Because we got heavy demo on the way, and we got some demos in queue. That's a strat. Ooh, blue denied this town center, though. Maybe that's why red sent units over here. Bruce is still building up and still has no friends. Heavy demo tech needs to come in. Wait for it. Oh, my goodness. Okay, well, the 3 demos are used before heavy demo comes in, which is regrettable. But you can maybe try again. Try again. And then with a couple more demos, you could maybe have a chance. Red's also coming over here. Blue's distracted. Blue's not paying attention. And the Yurumis are going to get the job done. Man, water maps are so hard when they have these crossings too. Damn, these Yurumis did a pretty good job. Not bad. And then also luring him into the castle fire is really good work from Red. Still, this is a problem, though. Like, all this gold is denied. And no awareness that Blue is down here. So I still really like Blue's position. Blue has way more resources than Red. But Red has more available resources on this side. Red realizes this now. We'll try and clear this up. But Red just stopped producing vills. At 53, which is really low. I don't think Red feels there's any reason to really move too far out here right now. So I don't think there'll be any searching parties for these vills. Look at the way Blue is built this big house wall along the front as well. Really smart. I like it. Now Red just sees a couple camels, which Red is going to chase down. And finds a couple more camels, actually. But yeah, Red, you're losing vills and you're not producing them. Red is really lost track of that, which is a problem. So basically, every engagement for Red needs to be perfect now. Or Red just remembers to produce villagers again, which Red is doing now, so. Arkin, we actually watched my uncle play a game at the start of stream. If you want to go back and watch the VOD later, but I don't know if he's playing anymore today. Again, Red's just still focused on those relics, man. Red's got a monk just waiting in the transport ship. I think Red has to... When you focus on a highly specific thing like that, you just forget the basics. And now Red's remembering the basics. Red's repairing this castle because that's dangerous. Red's adding more vills again, getting some eco-techs. But guys, there's Bruce. Bruce is on the loose. And Bruce will be accompanied by some friends now. We could maybe build a castle over here. Elite Yurumi Swordsman's on the way for Red. Red's transport ship just got another relic. Another relic. Can Red win this game? I feel like with the relics and the extra wood on this side, it could work out. Yeah, sorry, I don't know where the demos actually went. The demos were here. Let's actually go back. Red had the demos, and don't tell me Red clicked the dock with the demos. Is that what Red just did with them? Guys, maybe don't do that. Demos are good against ships. You have to use a lot of demos to take down a dock. Again, I just think that Red lacks the experience. Water maps are kind of different like that. Oh, man, and Red lacks the vision. The critical vision. And Blue is going to build up hand cannons out here. Oh, man. That's going to be tough. It's the perfect military against what Red is making right now. Red has no clue. And now Red's probably like, okay, where's my monk? Let's get the relic. Let's get back in the transport ship and try and get another one. Red doesn't actually know about this one, though, so maybe Red stops focusing there. DC, thanks for the prime. Welcome. It's been a long time since we've done low elo, so good to be back. Thanks for being here, guys. Yurumis. They're elite now, so which means they have even finer mustaches. It's really hard to see them, but they do have a stash in there. And stash power, baby. There we go. Initial attack from these whippy boys, very strong. And now Red's going to back away. All right. I mean, that castle is still pretty weak. I think Red is trying to bait Blue to come further onto this terrain, and then Red's going to double right back after them. Oh, we got Thericidized, though. Okay, so Blue sees that. This is a thick boy over here. It's like if a turtle ship and a longboat had a baby. They're hard to take down with range ships, but fire ships are really good against them. And yeah, Blue's got the right idea. Blue dominates that fight. Not enough for Red again, and Red is still behind by 30 vills. And the castle as well is just so weak back here. And yeah, big problems for red. This is all before the gunpowder. This is a crazy wall from red. So red added this wall, I guess worried about units walking through, like the camels. But red still has no clue that blue is a base here. And blue can see everything. Look at how many hand cannons blue is making. Let's just not forget about Bruce in here. Bruce is with the hand cannons, hanging out. He's always wanted to be a hand cannon, but his parents wouldn't let him. And, oh man, red is desperate to keep the castle up. Desperate to keep the castle up, but at what cost? At what cost? The fire ships are here. The fire ships are taking down the 3 Sedai. The Dramans are helping out, and that castle's still so weak. Blue still hasn't made... This is like the big killer move. He still hasn't made a move yet. Guys, Blue's economy has just been so much better. We need to have more villagers than 65 vills at 500 elo these days. Blue's micro has been really good, though. Really protecting the Dramans. We actually have villagers in the middle repairing, too, which is pretty crazy. But red's thinking about options. If you go full galleon in red's position, you can actually win. There's not that many fire ships, but you would need to have ballistics, which red hasn't had. That's on the way. You need to have bracer, which red needs to get. And then all these docks need to be producing galleons. Oh, boy. Red found him. Red found him over here. Red didn't know, and red's about to find out there's so much more than that. Damn. I like how blue is clicking the hand cannons and Bruce around at the same time. That's so good from blue. So blue goes for the hand cannon attack. Red's in a panic. And now we have the navy attack at the same time. And look at the micro. Damn, commander backs up. Brings in the fires again. Oh, this is over. This is over. This is just too good from blue. The fire ships will clear out the Yurumis. The siege workshop that's researching Onager will actually just be shot down. So I don't even think that upgrade will complete. The Resedai runs into the castle. A couple desperate demos now from red. This might be a last-ditch effort to hold on here. We also have a castle. But yeah, Onager upgrade is denied. Would love to see some siege from blue. A castle over here or siege workshops would be really good. For trebs and bombard cannons and rams and stuff. I mean, the castle for red will go up. So maybe blue runs into the castle fire. That'd be really bad, though. Blue should back up here. Blue will likely not deny this castle. It's too close to going up. Imagine if blue doesn't back up right now, though. Okay, blue does back up. Red also re-clicks Onager, so nice job noticing that tech was denied. And we have the demos ready. And there's more wood on this side, and there's also the 3 relics for red, and blue's never gotten that. What's Bruce up to? Oh, no. Did we lose him? No, there's Bruce. Okay, Bruce is still alive. He's just still chilling in there with the hand cannons. Demos? Big shots for the demos. Big shots for the demos. That was some nice value. So, yeah, if you could get a couple more of those, and then you could get a couple onagers out here, you could take out blue's army pretty quickly here. Still worried for red, though, because red is clearly, like, not got any initiative. Is surrounded on land and is surrounded on water. The key here, guys, with onagers is don't just go with one. Wait till you have, like, 3 or 4, because they're probably going to kill 1 or 2. You need the other 2 to stay alive and get some additional hits. It's the same with demos. You need to wait a little bit. Wait for the numbers. Blue still doesn't have any siege over here. Blue's still continuously repairing the ships, but it's a bad day to be a repair villager. The demos are here. And the villagers will go down as well. So, not the best working conditions for the vills. Realistically, I think the side attack being here is enough for blue. You could just focus full water now. If blue just spent resources on Dramans and fires, it could just win the game by taking the shoreline. But blue's not able to manage focusing on both at the same time. And red's got those relics, and red is being patient with the onagers too. Red is getting gill nets. It's kind of a funny time to see that technology. Blue, still no siege. We have Siege Onager from Supreme Mystical. Damn, dude. I mean, that's not a cheap upgrade, but that is definitely good against the hand cannons. We could see some massive shots. Red's all about the explosions. Crazy to me that blue keeps repairing ships. Like, that takes so much focus. I would never do that here. I would just make more ships, not focus on that. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, man. If red moves in, it's going to be a slaughter. It's going to be a slaughter. Yep, here we go. Here we go. Does blue see this? Here come the demos. Demos should massacre everything. Red needs to click the targets. Well, that'll get the job done. That'll get the job done. That's worth it right there. That is definitely worth it. Whole army of camels goes down. A lot of the ships go down. A couple villagers. And wait, we're about to have siege onagers from this side as well. Yeah, here's siege onager too. Where's Bruce? Bruce is chopping the trees. But his comrades are being attacked on the wood line. And siege onager's about to come in. And red is going for more demos. I kind of feel like red can do this, guys. Blue doesn't seem to have enough of an answer for the demo approach from red. If red didn't have the relics, I think there's no chance. But that 2k extra gold from the relics is pretty crazy. I just think blue could get really disheartened losing this whole hand cannon army too, right? Like, that would be really depressing. Red is basically half the population of blue, but has so much more firepower. Do not demo the dock, man! Oh my god. Oh my god. You need like 10 demos to take down a dock. It's crazy. Blue's fighting back against the siege onagers. Bruce is in the group. Bruce is in there. Man, what a wild life for Bruce. What's happening here? Nice attack here from blue. Red needs to maybe shift the siege onagers over this way. Bruce is still alive in there with his friends. Red needs to make more demos. I would say I still think that a lot of galleons can be good. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, the Vils. Oh, the Vils. Oh man, the Vils are going after the siege onagers and it's working. It's actually working. Let's go, Bruce. Let's go, Bruce. Let's go. Damn. All right, here we go. Siege onagers don't counter villagers. Today I learned. I think red was a little focused on water there. I'm not sure. There's a lot of multitasking needed. And now Bruce and his four chosen ladies are going to build a castle over here. Actually, 3. They send her back to work. She's going to repair the TC, keep the TC up. Would have loved to see... Well, hold on. This is rare, okay? We don't normally get to look at this, but I want you to appreciate something. These hand cannons are going to fire on the wall. Look at how cool the projectiles look going through the wall. Look at them all, like, pass through each other like that. Oh, that's really cool looking at that angle, isn't it? Damn. Actually, hold on. Just so you can appreciate this a little bit more, I'm going to freeze it. That just looks cool. Anyways, we can move on. Sorry. Got distracted. I thought it looked nice. Those hand cannons might not be alive much longer, so we got to appreciate them while they're still here. Will red actually attack with siege onagers against the hand cannons right now? Red's making archer ranges. Red is kicking it into high gear. We've got another town center. Red still not losing on water, but blue is going to start to creep forward. Come on, siege onagers. Siege onagers should destroy these hand cannons. Oh, God. The wall's gone down, which means red cannot leave himself. Here he comes! Oh, my goodness. Yeah, blue's got to be careful. That could have been worse. They could back up. They could regroup. There's a castle now for their safety. And now blue's taking down the castle. Blue's here quick. Red didn't realize red's too focused on the hand cannons and on this side area. And just like that, he could lose everything on the shoreline. He will come in with one demo. Red is panicking and making a bunch more demos. But the castle's going down is a big deal. That's a big loss. Drawmans are just so good at taking down buildings, guys. Red can't lose the docks because Red won't be able to build more docks and recover. Red needs these demos to recover now. Rebuilding the castles is going to be tough, but here we go. Demos are incoming. And Red is going in one by one. Good value. Really good value from the heavy demos. Would need more, obviously. And Blue is just inside the castle healing up. Red's waiting for that army to come. Is Red going to use siege onagers on the water right now? It kind of feels like Red's going to do that. I mean, that would be pretty fun. Yeah, Red's like, screw this. I'm ignoring the side attack. I'm going to bring siege onagers to the front. Here come more demos. Oh, look at the micro from Red. Let's go. Bam. Bam. I mean, imagine a mix, though. Imagine some demos with, like, some fires or galleons. It'd be so good. But people don't mix anything at this rank. They just make 1 or 2 units and make a lot of them. Here comes more demos. And, yeah, I mean, that's a good trade for Blue because that was 2 ships for 1. Red is rewalling. Red is making a bunch of skirms. Red still doesn't know that Blue has his castle over here. Blue's actually making siege to potentially push these buildings now, too, which is a real problem for Red. But it's going to be a big army of skirms. These are Dravidian skirmishers. Dravidian skirmishers fire faster. But we might see a lot of bodies hit the floor in the middle soon. Remember, the storyline of this game is that Red was going to have the relics and more wood on the side. But now so much of that wood is denied. Red is actually running out of safe wood. It might not matter, though. Like, with siege elephants, like, going for the siege elephant upgrade is pretty big. If he were to bring everything to the middle, demos mixed in too, and then some siege elephants to take down the castles and the docks, like, Blue could actually die to this. Blue is chilling so hard right now. He feels like he's won this game, but he's been way too chill. Was really late to having the siege to push this side. Hasn't followed up after taking the shoreline. Bruce is still alive. He's just living his best life inside that castle. He's hanging out with the hand cannons, having a beer. But Red's not finished yet. Red's dropping docks. Red's getting desperate. Red might make a pretty major play here. I would love to see Blue make land units from this side and be sending them across. But I think Blue's like, this is the only place that makes sense for land because I'm on the opponent's side. A commander has run out of gold, so there's no way for commander to get gold anymore. And no relics collected this game because it's too tough to get to. There is a monk there, but clearly he gave up on that. And all right, commander is actually has some stables here and is going to make some knights. But that means the rest of Blue's gold is going to be on knights. And here's Red with the siege onager. That's pretty epic micro from both. Daring of Red to even think there was a chance there. I'm worried for the big ball of siege onagers, though. I think the splash damage from the Drawmans is going to melt them. Oh, wow. Okay, so Red is siege elephanting the left side to take the town center down. Red still hasn't produced a lot of demos yet to come deal with this, but you'd expect Red will. Oh, God. 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 Oh, no. Red. Red is looking here. Red's like, my opponent is AFK. I'm destroying him. No, Red, you're AFK in the wrong areas. Get out of here. Back up. Okay, Red notices. He's backing away. I mean, the villager's still there. Bruce is still inside the castle. Oh, man, this was a horrible idea. Like, now Red is making demos again. Imagine if Red just backed off with the siege onagers, made the demos, and then had them as the follow-up. Yeah, Byzantines have such cheap trash units, like spears and skirms, and they can also go Lycav. The fact that Blue isn't spending these resources is kind of a problem. The siege elephants will take down a couple archer ranges here. I don't think they'll have enough steam to take down the castle. I think red has blue distracted right now, so blue is microing against more demos. Here come the demos. And that should be good value for the demos. It's right in the middle of some fires. More demos are coming in as well. Not bad. But yeah, siege elephants are not the best against actual military units. They're meant to take down buildings. Blue will hold here. Blue will hold. And blue's still repairing in the middle. Red still with 3 relics. Red still holding out hope that there's a chance. And red is making bombard cannons now. So thinking bombard cannons will help against the Dramans. Also not a good trade. You'd ideally have your own cannon galleons or something. I'm telling you, full galleon would win the game for red. Just a bunch of ranged ships in the middle would be so good. Because if you get enough ranged units, even against Byzantine fires, you're still fine. Especially if you combine it with a couple, demos. We are going to see Therisidai from red, so there's some ranged ships, I guess. And here comes blue with the push. Here comes blue with the push. Bruce and his boys are inside that castle chilling. Siege onagers are on the way, though. This could be a problem. Remember, blue will run out of gold eventually. Blue's already running out of gold. Oh, God! The siege onagers finally pay for themselves in a way we were expecting. The hand cannon's got to get out of here. The Treb's got to get out of here as well. Red is holding, guys. Population's even now. 128 versus 128. Red is running out of trees in the north, though. So red has to reclaim this territory, get this wood back. Blue is also running out of trees on this side. Blue's maybe only got like 10k wood left there. So blue needs to push. Blue might want to raid, too, with the knights and get in here. Because red is over on this side. Crazy game. Rock'em Sock'em Brobots, thanks for the prime. Your name inspires... Or doesn't inspire. It makes me happy. Does anyone remember Rock'em Sock'em Boppers? I don't know if Rock'em Sock'em Robots or was a thing, but I remember Rock'em Sock'em Boppers. I could pull up the old infomercial video for it. Rock'em Sock'em Boppers, it was like these, I don't know, like these little inflatable punching gloves. They weren't really gloves as much as like a balloon-shaped thing. An inflatable, oversized boxing glove. Yeah. It was like Rock'em Sock'em Boppers, and it's showing these kids, and they're bam, and just smashing each other in the face. We got those, but we got hurt. We hit a little too hard, and I think they stopped selling them because they probably got sued. So I could pull up a video of that, but your name reminded me of that. Thank you. They got taken off the market because kids were getting hurt. Yeah, makes sense. That's probably why I wasn't an all-A student after a certain age. Now that I think about it, I should probably sue them. Because I was destined for great things, and then Rock'em Sock'em Boppers ended it. Okay, Red's tried to push back this castle. Where's Bruce at right now? Bruce is, of course, repairing his castle, as one would expect. He is the reason this all exists after all. But that's not going to be enough in the way of repairs. I think that castle will fall. That's just a transport ship from Red, so that won't do too much. But Red's got a big army at Therisidai here. And a couple demos in the front as well. Blue is letting this one slip a little bit. Dramans get found. And a couple Dramans will get boomed. And castle is going to go down as well. 14 Therisidai is not enough, though. You need to be up to like 30. I still think Galleons is better, but it is a unique ship for the Dravidian, so why not? Red's still slowly running out of trees, though. Let's not forget that. But blue is losing the space over here. And once red has all this cleared out, red can focus a little bit more on water. Red's actually done a really impressive job balancing defending and attacking on each side. Blue needs to find a way to spend the food. Because 30k food is just too much. I don't know if he's trying to save it for later or what, but here goes Bruce. Bruce is running away now. And yeah, abandoning the archery ranges. Dramans are going down. I think red is bringing this one back, guys. And it's going to be by pure water dominance in a second. I mean, I guess the land army can get brought over, but just winning the water on this map is so important. Okay, now we got stables from blue. So, as is so often the case in low elo, they don't do the thing they should do when they're winning. They'll only start to do it after they lose, right? They are like, okay. People have a really tough time thinking ahead. So now, like, blue is going to lose all this, and now blue is going to spend that food, which will make it interesting. I mean, Bruce, I just want you to know how is Bruce doing. Bruce is still alive, man. Still alive. The Navy's going down for blue. Clearly, blue is focusing off of water now. Blue can't really afford to make anything because blue doesn't have the relics. The Aes Sedai are doing some work for red. Red still needs to take down these archer ranges. Bruce is still alive. And so Bruce is going to build up some barracks now. Bruce and the Babes? Is that what we call them? It sounds like a really crappy band. But I'd buy a CD of yours, Bruce. I believe. Stables are coming up. Eventually, I expect full cav spam in the middle from blue once those stables complete. And, okay, selling off at the market to get some gold is a smart move. Blue just tried so hard and wasn't able to finish the game. But imagine if everything else happened for blue earlier and then there was cav spam to follow it up. That would have ended the game. But that's why we like low elo, because people are not perfect and games can go back and forth. The Aes Sedai are looking pretty freaking strong. We could see some cannon galleons from red as well. Blue is running out of trees. Maybe less than 10,000 wood left on that side of the map. There's about 30,000 wood left on red side. I'm trying to double click. Maybe I'm wrong, but there's different types of trees. It feels like it's 20k on both sides, maybe. Yeah, it's about, I don't know. I feel like I'm missing wood when I'm double clicking because this is saying 45k. It's probably just different types of trees. Ah, okay. No, there's 30k over here. I was missing some trees. So, yeah, we were right. So, red will have the relics and red has the extra wood. Here's the forward, though. How's Bruce doing? No! 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 Bruce is dead. Well, F's to pay respects for Bruce. He was a good man. He led an amazing army. Unfortunately, the army didn't have the siege to back it up at the proper time. He died doing what he loved. Building military buildings in the enemy village. He had a chance to run home, and he chose not to. All right, desperation time begins. Or maybe it's revenge time, because Commander's upset about the loss of Bruce. Here he comes to attack the skirms. Keep the barracks alive. But elite cannon galleons here from red. Red will take down the castle. These Hussars are going to have to spam a whole lot faster than that. Now, the Hussars can still fight ships. It's like, if blue actually fought here, I think he gets some kills. Yeah, I mean, like we saw before, it's really awkward to manage ships and land units on these terrains. Blue had an issue with it. Red's also having an issue with it. Like, red is losing cannon galleons to 2 halbs right now. So both players have been far from perfect in that regard. But what you want is you want a big ball of ranged ships, which blue never had. I guess blue technically had range with the Dramans. But, ooh, look at the Aes Sedai. Look at their way their ships are blocking the crossing. That's really nice. But blue is taking down the cannon galleons. At least so far. Barracks are spamming halbs just to cling to life over here, but there's skirms and siege onagers and a treb there. So I think the forward will go down. Blue's definitely feeling like they let this one slip. Population still even. Blue still has a villager lead. Blue technically could get some relics, but that's really hard to do now because you're trying to do other things to stay in this game, right? And blue still just wants these barracks to complete. The Hussars are looping all the way through. Or, sorry, he doesn't want the barracks to complete. Obviously, they're completed. He wants them to survive. They're really weak right now. He would have to get to that treb somehow, which feels unlikely. But 2 more treb volleys, and both these barracks are gone. There's one, and then there's going to be the second one. Yeah, barracks will go down. But, I mean, the Hussars will clear the skirms. The Hussars will take down the treb. Blue can always make more Hussars with 30k food. If blue could get, like, up here, red could have problems. Red is going to make a bunch of halves now, but that's still a pretty good fight for blue. Actually, you could try and sneak across the middle again, but go this way, maybe. I don't know. It seems tough. So important to have Navy. And also to have halbs, I guess, in this case, if you're red. But red's taking some real damage. I wish blue would actually fight the ships continuously instead of just passing here. I mean, but that's what blue had to do. It's tough because blue did the just passing here and it worked out. But imagine if blue actually was engaging, especially now, right? You're moving, luring the ships away, and now your Hussars can actually fight. But I think he's just set the rally point for his stables to the other side, and whoever makes it, makes it. That's blue's thinking right now. But yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. That actually works. It feels stupid, but imagine that with some fast fires again. Selling off some food to get gold and making fast fires could be an option. Halbs are here. Halbs are eventually going to be a real issue. Halbs are going to put a stop to the Hussar nonsense. Still have 2 docks down here, Commander. You need one big push to retake water here. Doesn't look like Hussars are going to do it. Okay, we do have barracks being dropped by blue. So, yeah, spamming halbs when you have your own cheap halbs is really good too. You can essentially, like, out-halb the other. Though Dravidian halbs will beat Byzantine halbs with the full upgrades. And also, most importantly, with Wood Steel, because your infantry ignores armor. Hussars are going to make it in. I think there's enough units around from red to defend from that, though. And there is one Hussar here, which also shouldn't be an issue for red. But nice awareness from red. He actually sees that and kills it off. Here comes blue again. All right, let's go. See ya. See ya. Later, bro. Take the cannons. Take the cannons. Just passing. Never mind. Just passing. See you later, halbs. Oof. That was kind of rough. But the idea of Hussars is that, and with 30k food, is you can do this forever, right? See you later. Just passing. Blue's going for the raids again. And that keeps red's focus away from the front. And now red's halbs are not where they need to be. And all of red's bombard cannons are going to go down to the Hussars. So that works out for blue. Look, red's super chasing, super panicked. I think we had a town bell there, maybe. And now the Hussars are doing it. This is crazy. That's perfect. That's so well played from blue. Because so many things are stacked against him right now. The lack of navy, the lack of relics, the lack of wood. But if you take down red's navy, red might not be able to recover those numbers that easily. And look at red still chase. Oh my god, the town bell. Get the emote spamming, go, guys. His whole eco is going idle because these Hussars, he still can't kill them. And now these Hussars are winning water. You know what you should do on the water map, guys? Spam Hussars, apparently. That seems to be working. Okay, the Hussars died, finally. And now all the halbs can come to the middle again. So blue is to do that again. When the halbs are here, you just run away. He might lose this group first. Yep, there he goes. There he goes. There he goes. He's trying. Never mind. I have no clue what that was. You also can cross this way, which I think the players are forgetting. You can still go that way. Run to the north. I don't know how obvious that is. Red needs to immediately spend resources on more ships. But red might not think of that as the first thought here. It might just be getting the halbs into position. Come on, blue. Let's give us a big old just passing here. His units are rallied here. He should see the halbs, run around them, and run over to red's base again. See how red manages this. Wow, red is actually dropping stables themselves as well. Dravidians have one of the worst stables in the game. But I guess the light cav spam is still something. Blue is dropping archer ranges too. Moms must have said one more game, so blue doesn't want to call it here, despite being surrounded by navy and halbs. But yeah, blue, just run. Just run past it. I guess underneath the town center, you can take the fight. But I just saw it already from blue, and I kind of like the strategy. Remember, red still has way more wood over here. Blue is running out of trees. Some of these trees are actually rangeable by ships. Yeah, there's the upgrades now for red to go for light cav. I mean, the light cav do ignore armor, so it's not bad light cav. At least with that upgrade, but I mean, relatively poor otherwise. Skirm spam as well now for blue. Again, I don't mind that because you're up against mainly halbs, so that's okay. I wouldn't mind that or your own halbs. But skirms should be very helpful here. Even against the light cav, they could be okay. And red's double checking the upgrades. Kellen and Faultier, thanks for the primes. Who do you guys think wins this game right now? I think, like, red's position is better. But I still not sure red can handle the position. Like blue has been non-stop spending food, and blue still has 26k food and 10k wood in the bank. So my thinking is that red could easily lose from this position. Red is sneaking villagers across, and blue's going to find them and kill them. And skirmishers are here to help against the halbs, and these halbs are going to go down pretty quickly. And now the hussars are going for raids. Red is still not completely walled. Oh, man. I mean, red is going to panic big time. Get the bells ready. I would take down town centers. Go for Vil kills, but if he rings the bell, I would actually just take down their town centers. Because town centers are so important. There, we heard the bell click, but... Yep. Now... The villagers have become desensitized by the bell. And so they're no longer reacting to the commands. What's happened? It was the boy who cried bell. Boy who cried wolf. I don't understand. Okay, now the bell's rung, but there's like no villagers to save. He's down to 40 villagers. Uh-oh, red. Uh-oh, red. You know what's happening down here? Blue is skirming the ships. Blue is showing that skirms counter ships as well. And now red is going to queue 55 battle elephants. Blue is in a last-ditch effort, last queue of military units. 55 Dravidian battle elephants. We're going to have so many. The halbs will also come here to defend the town centers. I'd still like to see red get villagers out of these town centers and recover and get more, resources. You can still win this game just based on resources alone, but 40 villagers versus 75. For now, blue can still take res. There's a bit of a difference there. But that's been a weakness for red, is recovering villagers after losing villagers this game. Even just not getting to the proper amount. This will be crazy, though. I want blue to lose these hussars and blue not see the elephants. Because... Stop ringing the freaking bell. Red deserves to lose elo just for ringing the bell. Okay, he didn't see it, guys. He didn't see it. This is going to come as a shock to blue. Now, if blue knows the game, and blue probably does, they're both solid players. I'd love to see halbs after seeing those elephants. But not knowing about that, that's going to be a crazy sight. We're almost 2 hours into this game. Here comes blue. Blue will feel like he has to win the game right now. Because this is getting rough with resources. We've got villagers on the way. We've got skirmishers and we've got hussars. And off in the distance, there's an army. But blue doesn't know exactly what that army is yet. Now, the opponent is a very weak elephant civ. So it's the last thing you'd expect. But shocker, he's made him anyways. 55 elephants from red. Massive fight. The water is clogged here. We've got a plumbing issue. Elephants can barely move. Halbs are on the front. What's happening? Are they on poor attack stances or what? I don't understand. Can the elephants not attack? Are they pacifists? There we go. Now they're fighting? Are they just too big? What's happening? They're not... They're not doing anything, man. Are they allied? Bro, Blue seems to realize the elephants are too big, so the elephants can't attack. They're too big. They can't move. Okay, there we go. It's like all the units except for the skirms were frozen there. It would be lovely to get a demo here. I agree. The elephants were a bad choice. Elephants were a really bad choice. The elephants aren't fighting, man. It seems like a bug. I just still don't understand. Like, he's got to have them on the wrong formation, right? I can't tell if it's pathing or if it's like a formation issue. Okay, now they're fighting when they can. But, God, dude, he's lost so many of them to just skirmishers. He's researching lead elephant archer, so he's going to try another version of elephant now. But still has very little food income. And okay, now they're fighting. Sort of, kind of. And now he's backing away. Yeah, you know what might be happening? It's a good suggestion, or a good idea from Chad. He might have clicked a unit in Blue's army that's like in the back, and the units can't path back there. That's actually a good guess as to what happened there. But guys, I think Blue's gonna win this game. What? Oh my god! Oh my god, bro! You guys, you can't click with your units. You gotta just put them on attack stance and let them fight. If you click them, if you just click them onto a target, they're gonna spend their whole freaking life looking for that target, and they're not gonna engage the rest of the group. So just patrol or attack move them, so they'll automatically attack different targets. I can't tell what's happening. It feels like every time one of these players tries to control their units in micro, they actually lose the fight. No disrespect intended, but I think it'd be better for both of them to just not actually try and tell their units what to do. Because when they try and tell their units what to do, bad things happen. Okay. Elephants are finally engaging. Now they're actually doing some work. They're underneath a castle, though, so Blue will hold. Red is making fishing ships and adding fish traps at a time like this, which is honestly kind of clutch because Blue's not going to make Navy again, and Blue's already raided the farms. I mean, Red in general is just realizing more eco's needed. Blue has run out of wood and has villagers here waiting for a transport ship. Oh my god, what in the world? There's still wood here Blue could take, but Blue's not currently taking any wood. But yeah, elephant archers is not any better of a solution here for Red. It's not a good unit. Urumi swordsman would actually be good. But he doesn't have the castles. I guess he's got one in the back. That was an expensive group of elephants. Okay, cannon galleons from Red. Would have loved to see Red remember demo ships during these big fights. But there's not a lot Blue can do against these cannon galleons besides use the skirms. And that's what Blue will try. And Red will micro away, but Red needs to back away further. And damn. Still wondering what Blue will do with this transport. Does Blue think there's trees in the north? Yeah, Blue thinks there's trees in the north. So Blue might try and go up there, and then there's going to be stables. And then he's going to lose all the vills. Red's still only at 38 vills. Would love to see more villagers produced. 38's not enough. Fish traps will be kind of nice, though, because they won't be raided. Who wins, guys? Who wins? Everyone's been saying Red, but I don't know, man. Does Red actually think the position is that strong? I think if Blue raids again, Blue will find some good reward. Blue is on the Blue is on the quest for a wood line. His people haven't been able to find lumber in days. Weeks, in fact. Luckily, their scout has shown them there's a beautiful wood line up here. And with that wood, they can construct the finest of structures. Now, a bit of an issue. There is an enemy dock there, but that's not an issue. Okay, enemy stables. That is a bit of a problem. And so they're going to leave that guy behind, and they're going to say, see you later, pal. They didn't like that guy anyways. Red noticed that, and Red kills the villager. And now Blue's like, damn, I really wanted those trees. I guess I'll leave. I guess trees are kind of overrated anyways. But, like, Blue, you have a wood line right here, my friend. It's right there. You just forgot about it, I guess. The cannon galleons from Red are still keeping their distance. Red's light cav now, I think, noticed that and are maybe going to stay here waiting for Blue to come back. And yeah, here comes Blue. All right, Blue's got 2 trebs and a massive army. But Red's got a pretty big army as well. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. And the cannon galleons. Oh, God. Which army's superior? Oh, man. Red misclicked the crocodile. Hate it when that happens in the middle of a battle. Who put the crocodile there? Red saves the cannon galleons. We've got skirms and we've got elephants behind halbs. That's a good composition right now for Red. If he lets his units fight. If he lets his units fight. Where are we going with the halbs, bro? Yeah, he's clicking them. That's definitely what it is. He clicked a skirm in there. Bad habit for Red. You just need to let your units fight. He keeps clicking stuff. See that? He's clicking units and they're not fighting. It's over micro, but Blue's lost the castle. That's bad for Blue. We got trebs from Blue on the cannon galleons because the Hussars can't get in close. Blue's winning the fight on the front. Red is almost out of resources despite having the relics. Is Blue about to do this? Also, Blue found the wood line. Can Red stabilize here? Red's eco is so bad right now. Only 19 on food, only 24 on wood. But does still have the 3 relics. Again, the army comp needs to be probably Yurumi Swordsman or some form of champion. Or Navy. Or Navy. Navy's really good too if you make a couple demos here to change the game. Crazy game. 2 hours in. 500 elo. Blue has been a fighter, though. Like, Blue has been... Remember Bruce, guys? Blue has been consistently trying to make it over here. I'd love a forward town center from Blue just to take all these trees. It'd be so nice. Even just a big group of vills running over right now to take these trees with the lumber camp is so good. Let's see how Red's light cav do. Yeah, you see how Red's units don't engage right away? See, that's a better engagement. But initially, they were just clearly clicked. Now, Red, don't click them again. Red has a habit of looking back at this army and clicking it. Just let them fight. Let them do their thing. You'll get much better results, and that's what's happening. Oh, man, just when you think Blue's going to be able to do it, a fight like that happens. Oh, no. Oh, no. The ships are really tanky for Red. That's helping. The light cav did enough. Blue's got this big blob of military units in the middle that's going to need protected from the cannon galleons. Oh, my goodness. Red just killed his own units with the cannon galleon, but that's understandable. I mean, Dravidian light cav are okay here against the Hussars and the skirms. But you need food. And there's just not a lot of food for Supreme Mystical. Only benefit for them is the wood count and the gold count because of the relics. And trebuchets take down another cannon galleon. Just notice that Red did re-wall this, though. You just don't want to let the units in here. Oh, no. Okay, well, it's only one of them. Oh, well, there was a hole here anyways. Blue is in. Let's go, Blue. Blue is in. Blue has made it through again. And Red does not have a very good history of being able to keep these villagers alive or replacing them. Town Bell has been rung. But Blue is still wrecking. Blue actually still has the trebs in the middle here. Blue's going to win this game. 90 army versus 18. There's just nothing left for Red. Red's spending every little resource they've got on 15 more halbs. Would love to see a demo here. Like, a demo would be completely game-changing on the skirms and the halbs. But even that might be too late. These Hussars will die. They might not even take down the town centers. These Hussars will die. Update on blue. Blue is down to the final tree. And it's gone. No more wood over here, right? Nope, none. Can't find a single stump. It's a woodless game now, which is why blue should bring the vills forward, and blue should try and take these trees. That's what you can gain right now from this position. Whoa, 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 whoa. Red is transported light cav. Is blue noticing this? Oh, this is too funny. This is too funny, dude. Only in low elo legends. Blue has never been attacked here. And blue is looking here. And blue doesn't realize that their entire economy is dying to these light cav. Are you kidding me, dude? Are you kidding me? I mean, blue is a crazy bank. But that is some ridiculous damage. This means that blue has more pop space for military, though. And now blue is going to have 100 Hussars. Blue's got 70 Hussars in queue, and he was always pop capped. So sometimes it's a mistake to raid your opponent. If they're in too good of an economic position, you've got to hold the line even more now. We do have some demos for red. We'll see if red can get them there when the units cross over. Blue is currently building offensive houses in the enemy land, which is certainly a flex when you need trees, but still could chop the trees, I suppose. I still don't think blue even knows. Okay, blue just realized. Blue just realized that this raid happened. And we'll see if blue actually produces more villagers. Looks like these villagers needed a job anyway, so they're going to go to the farms. All right, red's last stand. I just still don't think that there's been enough eco for red. Red thought about the relics, but it's so fitting. Usually the people who get the relics don't add as much food in wood eco. For whatever reason. I don't know why that is. But, like, it's a really nice way of balancing a game. There's just so much army for blue right now. Red is... Red demoed whatever was in that transport ship. I think it was still a vill. And red still got light cav killing villagers. Blue didn't kill them all. It's the same group. Okay. I mean, red obviously needs to defend this right now. Imagine if red just clicked these light cav over here. That'd be another 20 vills dead. And blue would have no working food eco. Forward town center. Let's go, blue. I love that. They're both at 35 vills. But blue has 25k food. The red has been permanently stuck below 500 food for the last hour, it feels like. And has been spending the food, but so is blue, and blue just had the eco set up. And blue's going for the kill now. This is going to end the game here. Score is really high for red, so red probably feels like this is still winnable. Maybe it is, actually. Maybe it is with enough halbs. Honestly, because blue doesn't have ballistics and he doesn't have that many skirms. If red could somehow get... Now red doesn't have wood, funnily enough. If red could somehow get to, like, 60 halbs, I think you could win the game. But fighting with 24 is not enough, and the GG's called! The GG's called, and the player with the relics, the player who had brought this game back, ends up dying anyways. Not to Navy from the Byzantines, but just to Hussars and skirmishers from blue. What a game. That was a grind, man. Let's look at the resources brought in, though. It's got to be a significant difference. There's the KD. Red had 999 kills. 625 deaths, but look at the difference in economy right there. My God. So, yeah, red had access to more trees, which ended up just being denied. Blue had 104,000 food collected in that game, and red only had 49,000. Now, I want to check villager stats, too. I feel this is an interesting stat. So, villager max was 69, for red, and that's not a nice number to end up at. You need to have more vills, because things are going to go wrong in a game, and you need to be able to recover from that, right? So, there's really never a downside in adding more vills. I think if red would have just had blue's approach of economy and did everything else the same, red would have eventually won the game. But red just couldn't compete with the production. Even with better units, right? Even with like the elephants against the Hussars, even with Halbs against Hussars, you just can't afford to make units after a while. So that's what essentially what won blue the game. I think blue should have won the game much earlier, right? But blue only started to spend the food on Hussars after everything else was lost. But like, you had the position here, blue. You had the position here. If you also just added in one more thing there, this never would have been a close game. But still a really fun game. I mean, it's great to see players fight back and forth. Red was apparently the faster player the whole way through. Well played to both of them. That was a grind. And you love to see that. You like to see the back and forth games. And I also like this map a lot. I think it was a little unfair with how the wood was generated, but it didn't end up mattering. The fact that one player focused on getting those relics made it a really interesting story. So, but yeah, red maybe when it comes to unit control needs to learn attack, move, or patrol and just do that instead of clicking units. I did notice a lot of instances where red is doing the thing where you just click a unit in the group. Now, if you don't feel like learning an attack, move, or patrol, guys, that's okay. Instead of clicking unit in the group, just click right in front of them, right? Like click your army here. And then once they go and do what you tell them to, they're going to automatically spread out and attack. But if you tell them to attack that Hussar, they're not going to do anything else in life until they can get to that Hussar, which means there's like 3 to 10 seconds every fight where your units are not engaging on anything because they're just searching for the one in the group. It's a very easy mistake.